Hi everyone, I've been enjoying some homemade kombucha, a kit we got off of Amazon here from Urban Kitchen. But I thought I'd share that recipe with you, and hopefully you can get some homebrewed kombucha also. So some of the ingredients came in the kit, but we've used them all up, so we have had to restock. I have this organic English tea, so you do want the caffeine tea bags. It's 3 tablespoons. They did provide us with a little bag here. And I'm going to boil 4 cups of filtered water. Once that comes to a boil, I'm going to put the 3 tablespoons of kombucha tea, 3 tablespoons of organic tea in there to steep for about 5 to 7 minutes. Tea has a nice dark color to it. The next step is to add sugar. I've measured out my cup already, so I'm going to add that. I'm gonna stir that and let it dissolve while this is still warm. Okay, that sugar has melted. I'm going to transfer this tea into a measuring cup to make it easier for me to pour into that large jar for the fermentation process. Additional 8 cups of water, and remember, we don't want to add this to the SCOBY yet because we don't want to kill off any of the wonderful organisms that's part of that SCOBY. So I want a certain temperature here, 68 to 86. Okay, while I'm waiting for that tea to cool down a little bit more, I wanted to talk about this SCOBY. When you buy a kit, you will get a little SCOBY. And what does SCOBY stand for? SCOBY stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. So in this little gelatinous, cellulose-based disc that looks like a pancake are the bacteria. They use each other to do their work, much like in the gut microbiome, because these bacteria will ferment. The fermenting will take place over a week or so. They will consume and ferment the sugar that's in this tea and the bacteria, and you will end up growing more of these SCOBYs as you continue to use and make kombucha. It is about ready here, temperature-wise, less than 86, and I'm going to transfer the SCOBY back into the dish. Things I want to remind you, using the organic tea, the organic cane sugar, a filtered water is very important, so I have a filtered water system here. I'm going to make sure I cover this, and since I have room in my jar, I'm going to use the rest of that liquid from the prior batch that had the SCOBY in it. Why not? Good luck. Sometimes the SCOBY float, sometimes they sink to the bottom. Either is okay. Okay, I'm going to cover that up. We do want this to breathe a little bit while it's fermenting, but we also need to cover it so it prevents dust or contamination, flies maybe, from getting in there. It should be in a dark place, protected from sunlight while it's fermenting. So I have a little spot in another room that I keep it in. The elastic's on. This cloth was provided with the jar in the kit. So we're going to check back in a week. At which point I'm going to be adding different flavors to the tea. So after it's fermenting, then you go for different flavors. Some people like pineapple or pomegranate. So you can add different juices just to give it a flavor. But this is the basic recipe. Now it's going to do its fermentation. Okay, we'll touch base in a week. Thanks. Bye. Okay everyone, I've fermented this kombucha for probably about 8 or 9 days now. It's a little later than I thought, but I'm gonna take a test here. I can see right at the top some new SCOBY has formed. Pour this kombucha into a pouring dish to help make it all easy. And what I'm going to do is add different, you can add herbs, spices, fruits, and flavors that you like. So you can kind of make ginger flavored ones or whatever, but I have a number of fruit here in the background I'm going to grab and make some different flavors. So I just cut up a fresh pineapple here. I'm going to, they suggest 2 tablespoons per bottle, so I'm just gonna eyeball it and add some pineapple to some of my jars. Then I tried an apple, which may not be sweet enough, but I put that in my magic bullet, chopped it down, so I have a little apple juice here. So I'm gonna put that in a couple of jars. I may try some fresh blueberries here that I have ready and rinsed. And the last thing that's easy that I really enjoy is a little bit of pomegranate juice. 6 jars with pineapple. I'm gonna do some pouring carefully of this kombucha. I transferred into the thing here, and I'm just gonna top off each jar slowly, so I'll come back because I don't want to mess that up. All right. Okay, I've got all that kombucha transferred to the jars with fruit, various flavors. They're going to ferment for a couple more days. Then I'll transfer them to the fridge and get them cool and enjoy drinking them. Okay guys, it's time for a taste test. The kombucha with pineapple and blueberry. So here goes. This is the blueberry one. A little tardiness, but yet enough sweetness on this blueberry one, so I like that. The pineapple one. Let's go here. Nice sweet flavor on this one as well. I'm really happy with how these came out. So I hope you try the recipe now that you have all the steps. Add your own fruit and flavors and go create. Share yours too. Okay, bye.